You've watched the tutorials. You've tried the slow blinks, the treats, the patience.
I can't make a clean diagnosis about missing because of the physical state. Doesn't mean I can't give these guys homework.
And yet, your cat still treats you like a calculated threat. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Most mainstream advice, even from names like Jackson Galaxy and other creators, barely scratches the surface, because it focuses on behavior, not biology. Today, we're going deeper into 7 hidden protocols rooted in evolutionary biology and neural pathways. This isn't about making a cat like you. It's about rewiring how they perceive you as a biological equal. Segment 1. Subtle Scent Mimicry. Cats don't see you first. They decode you through chemical signatures. At the center of this system is the vomeronasal organ, a specialized sensory pathway designed to process pheromones information invisible to humans but critical to feline survival. Here's the problem. Modern humans are chemically loud. Detergents, soaps, deodorants, artificial fragrances. To a cat, your presence isn't neutral. It's invasive. From an evolutionary biology standpoint, unfamiliar chemical signatures trigger one thing: uncertainty. And uncertainty activates defensive neural pathways. To bypass this, you don't add scent, you remove dominance. Neutralize your chemical footprint. Then use what I call peripheral scent transfer. Without touching the cat directly, allow your clothing or hand to lightly contact objects they've already marked edges of furniture, corners, pathways. You're not introducing yourself. You're blending into their chemical ecosystem. And when your scent begins to echo theirs, you stop being foreign. Segment 2. Mirror hunting instincts. Every cat lives inside a paradox. They are both predator and prey. This creates a constant neurological tension, what researchers call predator-prey ambiguity. When you walk directly toward a cat, maintain eye contact, or move in straight, predictable lines, you activate their prey circuitry, not their social one. Their brain doesn't see a human approaching. It sees trajectory plus focus equals potential threat. Break the pattern. Use non-linear movement. Move through a room indirectly. Curve your path. Pause unpredictably. Look past the cat instead of at it. This mimics a secondary predator, one that is aware but not hunting. Interspecies communication isn't verbal, it's spatial. And when your movements stop signaling pursuit, the cat's nervous system stops preparing for escape. Segment 3. Temperature synchronization. A cat's baseline body temperature sits between 101 and 102.5 degrees Fahrenheit. Note, that's significantly higher than yours, which means from their perspective, you're not warm, you're neutral at best. In feline evolutionary biology, heat isn't comfort, it's survival. Warmth equals safety, recovery, and metabolic efficiency. Before you ever reach out to touch a cat, you position yourself as a thermal asset. This is ambient warmth mapping. Sit near heat-retaining surfaces, sunlit areas, fabric zones, cushions. Let your body passively absorb and radiate warmth. Now, when the cat approaches, they're not approaching you. They're approaching a resource. And once their neural pathways associate your presence with physiological benefit, trust isn't earned. It's optimized. Segment 4. Whispered frequency matching. Cats operate in a radically different auditory spectrum. They can detect frequencies up to 64,000 hertzes, far beyond human capability. But here's what most people miss. It's not just what they hear, it's how they interpret vibration. Human speech, especially at normal conversational tones, can feel like a sonic intrusion, a disruption. Their amygdala, responsible for threat detection, responds instantly. Lower your vocal presence, not just volume frequency. Speak slower, softer, from your chest, not your throat. Target the 25-150 Hz, range the same low-frequency band associated with a mother cat's purr. This is whispered frequency matching. You're not talking to the cat, you're regulating the emotional field around it. And when sound stops triggering alertness, it begins to induce calm. Segment 5. Vertical territory sharing. Cats don't think in terms of territory. They think in vertical hierarchy. Height equals control. Perspective equals power. If you're always above a cat standing, looming, reaching down, you're broadcasting dominance, even if your intention is gentle. Use the level sync method. Bring yourself into their vertical plane. Sit on the floor. Use low furniture. Align your eye level, not below them in submission. Not above them in authority, but with them in coexistence. This signals something rare in the animal kingdom, non-threatening equality. And in interspecies communication, equality is the fastest bridge to trust. Segment 6. Dream state observation. There is one moment when a cat is completely defenseless, deep REM sleep. In this state, their neural activity spikes processing memory, emotion, and environmental risk. But here's the critical detail. Cats only enter this phase when their brain has classified the environment as zero threat. This is where most people disappear, but you do the opposite. You apply the Guardian protocol, remain present but passive while your cat sleeps deeply. No touching, no movement, no interruption. Your proximity during their most vulnerable neurological state does something profound. It rewires subconscious associations. Your presence becomes linked with absolute safety, and that imprint doesn't fade. It compounds. Segment 7. Echo their micro movements. Cats communicate in microsignals, ear angles, whisker tension, subtle posture shifts. These are involuntary outputs, direct reflections of internal state. Most humans miss them entirely, which means they also miss the opportunity for the most advanced form of interspecies communication, kinetic empathy. Use micro-mirroring, not exaggerated imitation, but precise, almost invisible adjustments. A slight lean when they lean, a pause when they pause, a softened posture when their body relaxes. We're talking millimeters. This tells the cat something powerful. You are being understood in your own language. And when a cat feels understood, its defensive systems shut down. Because understanding equals predictability, and predictability equals safety. If you apply these 7 biological protocols, the shift won't take weeks. It won't take days. It can happen in minutes, because you're not just training behavior. You're aligning with evolutionary biology. But here's the reality that most people aren't ready to hear. These protocols only work if your foundation is solid. And right now, for most owners, that foundation is quietly crumbling. We've been conditioned to treat cats like small dogs, or worse, like tiny humans. Most of what you consider nurturing or standard care is actually perceived by your cat as a chronic biological stressor. You aren't just making them uncomfortable. You might be accidentally dismantling their long-term neurological trust. I've documented the most critical errors in modern feline care, the ones that 90% of owners are making every single day without realizing. If you want to stop the damage and finally fix the environment your cat lives in, you need to see this. Because understanding your cat isn't about doing more. It's about finally seeing what everyone else missed. I'll see you over there.